Welcome back to the Nerd Eye Council. This is episode 6, to be titled before the podcast is over. Usually the title comes to us during the podcast. But, right.
During the podcast.
So we decided that, of course, like at the last minute, we did our homework though, that we're going to do top 10 villains after having done top 10 superheroes. Now we're going to do the dark side.
The dark side.
The top 10 villains. And we're basing this on, I guess you can call it top 10 most powerful. Or what was the terminology that we saw today on that list? Deadliest. Top 10 deadliest villains. But we're basing it on 4 categories that Nate and I did not tell Ralph about.
Yeah, I was DC and Marvel the whole way. So it's okay. It's okay. I forgive you.
4 categories that we're voting on. Number 1, powers. Number 2, cultural impact, much like the Entertainment Weekly list. But also on our list, we're going to have number 3. Part of the choices are based on appearance, and 4 based on their nemesis. So, having said that, I had absolutely planned on letting Ralph go first. So that I can,
thank you. I will go first. Because, honestly, I am a fan of the dark side and villains, so this was hard.
Yes, let's just state that we all agree this was a very difficult list.
And people are going to be like, you're a fucking loser for picking this one. This one's good. So, okay. Number 10. Big Ghostbuster fan. We all agreed I was going to pick a Ghostbuster. Ghostbusters 1, Zool. She was a badass.
Somehow, Nate and I knew you were
You knew it. I would have picked fucking Egon last week if I could have known he was going to be a good superhero.
Wait a minute, over Peter?
Well, one of the 4 I would have picked.
All right. But wait, I think I have a problem with Zool.
Okay.
You telling me...
Because she's got a flat top.
No.
Because she's got a flat top.
You're telling me that Vigo the Carpathian, did I get that right?
Vigo the Carpathian.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Is less powerful than Zool?
I was thinking about it, but I didn't want them to be like,
I object, sir.
But Zool is... I got nothing to say. Vigo's a badass, but...
I don't even remember, honestly, it's been so long since I've seen the second one, because everybody knows the second one sucks.
Yeah, Zool was the girl.
Yeah, I know, but what was Vigo's, what was his powers? What was he doing?
He was
going to use the ooze, the slime.
Yeah, he basically, he put his life essence into this painting and lived for all these years, and then he finally wanted to come out, and there on New Year's Eve provided him the best opportunity to inhabit a child's body to be reborn into this world using the...
I'm sorry, I should have used Vigo.
Now, why not? Wait a minute. Now, why not Halloween? Why New Year's Eve?
Because it was the start of the new millennium. It was,
it was.
That movie came out in 2000?
No, it started the new decade because it was a 1989 movie, and he wanted to start from, the birth of the new year with the new decade. I should have picked Vigo. I'm sorry.
You could have told me that movie was 2000.
No, stick by Zool. You gotta have conviction in this.
I can't have conviction with you two. I fold under pressure.
No, he's like, no. Fuck you guys.
This was all orchestrated. I told Nick. I said, Nick. Why did I call you Nick?
I don't know.
Who the hell is Nick?
Nick.
Ralph is Nick.
Maybe?
No, remember?
Yeah, my mom wanted to name me Nick. Everyone calls me Nicholas.
I don't know any Nicks. Anyways, I told Nate, dog. I said, wait, you watch, he's going to say Zool, although I thought she'd be higher up on your list.
No, this is 10 on up, but...
So, number 1 is the most powerful.
Number 1, yeah. This is the least...
Right.
Number 9, Galactus.
Uh-huh.
Wow!
Yeah, I did my homework with Chris a little bit. Galactus. Number 8, Deadshot.
Ooh.
Not that big of a fan of Deadshot, but he's a lot
I loved him in the movie. He never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, Deadshot was pretty cool. Bane, number 7.
Yeah, interesting thing about Bane that I found out today.
I don't know if you really... I don't know. Go ahead, Nate.
No, I was just saying... he's the only DC villain to have physically broken Batman's back.
Exactly, yeah.
And not only that, I guess apparently he was intelligent.
Yeah.
He was a skilled tactician.
Mm-hmm.
Photographic memory, which is why he was able to figure out Batman was Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
And all this stuff, which...
Well, I didn't know. You knew that?
Yeah, that's why they had the Azrael Batman, because he took over for Batman when he broke his back, right?
I think so.
And then when Batman's back healed, Batman came back and he wanted his job back, and he wasn't giving it up, and then those two became...
I knew he broke his back. That's what they based it off on the Nolan movies.
Yeah.
They stole it right out of the comics. I knew that, but I didn't know Bane was like a genius.
Yeah, he was...
Because let's just...
No, he wasn't the fucking George Clooney Bane, like they made him like, Poison Ivy, dress up like a fucking retard.
Those movies...
Yeah.
Those movies really screwed
They
so
did.
much up.
They were bad. Let's see.
Number 6.
Deathstroke.
Who's about to become even more popular.
Yeah, I don't know really too much of his backstory other than it's pretty much the same as Deadpool. He's a lot older. He's an older version of Deadpool.
Yeah. I thought about Deathstroke. Deathstroke is going to appear in the new Ben Affleck Batman, which is tentatively titled The Batman.
The Batman.
And he's going to be one of the villains. There's a talk that there's going to be a rogues gallery.
Yeah.
There's going to be a number of villains. But yeah, they have... have you seen the outfit online?
I haven't seen nothing.
Dude, it's bad.
Really?
It is. It's straight out of the comic book. You know what he looks like in the comic.
Yeah, half orange, half blue.
Mm-hmm. And so there's this little 5-second clip that Ben Affleck posted on social media of him, the guy that's playing him, Joe, whatever the hell that dude's name is, the dude that's banging Sofia Vergara. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, Nate is his name.
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg's his name.
We're just kidding. Nate is happily married
We're
to
just
someone
kidding.
that's not Sofia Vergara.
Joe Manganiello. Manganiello.
You'd think being an actor he would have shortened that name.
Yeah, like Joe Maggs. That would have been cool. Joe Manganiello.
Like Mags Mikkelsen. That's not his real fucking name. But it's a badass name.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah, that's not it. Alright, going on from Deathstroke. Seeing how they had Raphael in the last one, I'm throwing in the Shredder.
Shredder at number 5?
Shredder at number 5.
Fuck the Turtles.
I know, I picked fucking Turtles over...
You have Shredder over Bane, over Deadshot, over Galactus?
This was like a last minute thing because Jeremy's like, do your homework. I'm like, okay, I'll do my homework. I'll do it in the morning like I always do. I have time to think, drink a couple Red Bulls, chill out. But bam, I got hit with a bunch of work I had to do at home. So this was like literally when you walked in.
If you are a Turtle fan.
I am not that much of a Turtle fan though. I just wanted to put Raphael. I just wanted Shredder on there.
You just lie to me at this point.
Okay, fine.
I fucking love the Turtles.
Shredder's
a badass.
Kevin Nash from fucking Ninja Turtles 2 was awesome. There you go. I said it. Shredder all the way. Shredder 2020. All right. I'll vote for him with conviction. Okay, number 4, Thanos. Not much have said anything about him in the movies yet, but Thanos in the comics, he's a badass.
Agreed.
He's a badass. Number 3, Loki. Thor's brother. He's crazy. He can manipulate people. I like that.
Right. We discussed Loki a little bit.
Yeah, Loki's cool. I like the way he's smooth. He's kind of, I don't know. He just reminds me of like I don't know. It's weird to explain, but he's a badass. I like Loki.
Okay, so your explanation for Loki over... Oh, wait, you didn't know
This was I just went with my villains.
I forgot you didn't know the...
Trust me, dude, I barely had the Joker on here, alright? Now that that's being said, Joker's number 2.
Joker number 2, okay.
Okay, Joker's number 2.
I can see that. I say Joker is at least the top 5.
Yeah.
Top
See,
5.
this is why I gotta go to work so I can pay attention to stuff at this. But when I'm at home, I actually do work. If I was at work today, this would have been like an awesome list. Number 1, the one and only Darth Vader. Gotta go with Darth Vader.
Great choice.
The list sucked. I'm sorry. Maybe they'll let me have a retake next week. I'm not sure,
Cue
but
the Imperial March. Darth Vader is number 1.
Darth Vader's number 1. I couldn't really think of anything, and I barely even got fucking Galactus because Chris is the one who helped me with that. But I'm such a fan of villains, I couldn't really think of the worst villain, so I was trying to go with my favorite villains.
Not bad. I think Shredder sucks, but
Yeah, Shredder sucked.
no, you know what?
It was either Shredder or Hillary Clinton. And Nate's giving me a ride home. There it is.
I told them no politics.
No politics, but hey, it's okay. Because, you know, in a couple months when I'm in a camp and Nate's on the other side eating pizza and I'm eating bread, it's alright. It's all good. You'll be reading the diary of Ralph Frank in 40 years.
Ralph will be in the theme of camp going, recounts.
Recounts. Nate, remember me? Nate, fuck you, Ralph. Remember me? Fuck you.
Down with the Electoral College!
Nate's eating pizza because, in honor of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, you picked Shredder, I picked the pepperoni.
Right. So I'm going to go to second. This was a very tough list, actually. And matter of fact, I just made a one alteration, and I almost made a second alteration. But I'm going to stick with. I'm going to be more convicted than Ralph this was. There are no Ninja
You
Turtles.
could have brought in a 4-year-old, and it would have been more conviction than me. So.
No, this was really difficult.
It was
very
hard.
difficult.
I couldn't figure it out.
I think had I just like done a list of like my own personal favorite villains, it would look way different.
Yeah.
On this list, but I tried to go off of powers, culture impact, appearance, and nemesis, and those things changed my list drastically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at 10, I have Loki.
Loki at number...
And as I was telling Nate Dogg this today at lunch, like, he's not one of my, like I said, he probably wouldn't be on my favorite if it was just my favorite top 10 villains. But what's his name again?
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
What he did with the character was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
If you're not a Loki fan, then you need to go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he nails the part.
Even the part when the Hulk whipped his ass back and forth like a rag doll.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was just, you know, it was, I don't know. Loki's fucking sweet.
So he made the list at 10. Number 9, I have Galactus.
Yes.
Wow, so 2 Galactus.
What did you have? What number was Galactus?
At 9.
Wow.
Look at that.
Same wavelength.
And then Loki and mine was 3. But this was like a 45-second list to make up. But
Number 8, I have Sinestro.
Sinestro, I was going to pick him.
Dude, and this is a little bit of my own favoritism that snuck into my list because I have always loved Sinestro. I think it's the mustache.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be honest, dude. That mustache.
I like the hairline. The hairline.
More villains
Yeah.
should have mustaches. Creepy villain mustaches.
You all navigate me, So, man, yeah. I mean, Sinestro definitely belongs on this list just for the fact that his power is derived from fear.
Yes.
So, in order to utilize that power, you have to be intimidating. You have to strike fear into everybody in order for you to use your ring.
Now, were we talking about villains like Doomsday? Would he be considered a villain?
Yeah, he's a
For
villain.
sure.
Well, he's a
Fight
villain,
superheroes.
but you know he also was.
Yeah, we talked about you mean at one point they were good?
Yeah, kind of. But like, if a villain made this person to attack this person, does that person that was made a villain, or the person that made the villain a villain? Obviously, he's the villain, but like, So if I make Jeremy to go kill Nate, is Jeremy the villain? Or is it Ralph, or am I the villain?
Well, I think you would be considered a villain, but then he would be considered a villain too because he does an evil act.
Right. I'm kind of in that scenario. I would kind of be like the Bane to your Poison Ivy.
Yeah. See.
I go do that. Go do my bidding, and I'm like,
yeah. Let me go get my top hat on and go get him. Yes, master. But that's the same thing as like the Emperor with Vader, though, because he's you know.
We talked about this a little bit lunchtime too. And there's a few. I mean, if you look at this scenario, you chose Darth Vader as your number one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at one point in time, Anakin was a Jedi. Right. I mean, it's similar.
And he made a choice.
Right.
You know, he came to
a pretty good choice, I think.
It all worked out pretty well.
It worked out pretty well.
He came to a point where he had a choice to let the Emperor die or to protect the Emperor to get the secret of everlasting life. And he chose to protect the Emperor.
Well, he knew it was getting close. It's like anybody else that's dying in real life. Fuck, my life is cool. I'm fucking shit up. I'm doing drugs. I'm drinking. I'm about to die. Time to go to confession. I'm a Jedi ghost now, dude. That's how it is. That's how it played.
You know what? Our kids change us.
Yeah, our kids change
Darth
us.
Vader is no exception.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's just walking around the galaxy like, I'm a badass. That's right.
Can you imagine
and then
what...
this kid comes out of nowhere like, I know there's good in you. Fuck!
Fucking A, dude. You're right. Can you imagine when they were all chilling at the bonfire and he looks over and he saw Obi-Wan, Yoda, and his dad? He's like, Dad, what the fuck? Really? You're a Force ghost? I thought you'd be like...
Yeah.
I didn't think they would make you a Force ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One act just completely wipes away me slaughtering children.
And maybe he shouldn't have been.
I don't think he should have, because...
Let's explore that topic for a second.
Okay, Hitler, I mean, he's classified as a Hitler, almost. Would you consider Hitler?
Genocide.
Yeah, in genocide, he's like Hitler.
I mean, in a way, the Jedi weren't a race, but yeah.
And even now with Kylo Ren destroying the 3 planets, or just whatever he's done... You know, he's pretty
Star
much...
systems,
yeah, would you consider him at the end of episode 10 redeemed from all that shit?
So here's what I was thinking. Like 3 or 4 years from now, this list will look a lot different, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because of the movies that are coming out and whatnot. But I actually thought about the evil Rey theory. I was watching a video last night about it. And I hope to God they do it. I hope to God they...
In like Evil Rey in what way?
Rey used the mind power to kill Han Solo
this
to Kylo Ren.
Ralph is a Han Solo fan. Huge Han Solo fan. Even though I'm the one with the Han Solo cat. But the cat's not with me, so that's how much I care about Han Solo. Fucking take the cat. I don't care.
But I always shoot first.
But that's right. Ralph shoots first, no matter what. But Ralph cannot buy into the idea that Kylo Ren is redeemable.
I cannot buy it. Nope.
So the theory that's out there, that's been out there since the end of episode 7, and I'm sure you people listening have heard this, most of you anyways, that Rey channeled the dark side in order to beat Kylo Ren. And if you go back and you watch The Force Awakens with that mentality, you see a lot of anger in her. And you do. So the theory is that by the end of episode 9, there's going to be a flip-flop, and Kylo Ren is going to be the good guy, and Rey is going to be the badass. I hope they do that.
See, I got mixed feelings. I love the dark side. The dark side is so much more fun. But when you kill off fucking Han Solo, Indiana Jones...
I draw the line there.
The president...
Get off my plane.
Get off my plane. I got an issue right there, okay? I draw the line there. You can do whatever the fuck you gotta do. Don't mess with Chewie or Han Solo.
Can't you look at it from this angle? Alright, so his father wanted to redeem him. His father was like, come on, I'll help you. Come back to the good side, the light side. So don't you kind of maybe look at him as like, you want Kylo Ren to come to the light side? Because that way
I would have loved it if they would have fucking walked off, but now it's not going to happen.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that if at the end of episode 9 we see that Kylo Ren was redeemed and he's like shedding a tear over his father, don't you think that adds a little like
Nope, the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon's already been sung, buddy. It is no redemption. I don't care.
Okay, castrate him.
No, there is no way. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Nope, there is no way he's
I think there's a little bit of, I don't know.
Unless he
there's a good
somehow
storyline
learns
there.
the power to bring him back to life. And then I'd be like, he's okay. But he still stuck it to him.
Oh, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
If Snoke taught Kylo Ren...
Because he is an 8 still.
If Snoke taught Kylo Ren how to bring people back to life, and he brings Han Solo back, how though? Like recreating him?
But by
Through the power
if that is possible, then wouldn't that then confirm that Snoke is
Plagueis?
Unless Plagueis learned it from Snoke. Which then we're like, okay, then who the fuck came up with this one?
As long as we're talking about theories, I just want to throw this one out there. I was watching last night. Now
That Princess Leia's Jin or so? Yeah.
not at all. Not that one.
After that, I'm smoking in your house.
I was just watching a video last night, and I was telling Nate Dogg that it's out there. But as I began to watch the video, I was like, "Shit, this kind of makes sense." Yoda was Snoke's master.
Yeah, but Yoda also broke away probably because he didn't feel like it was...
Well, you know how they've said that Snoke has been around for a long time? They said that J.J. Abrams said that Snoke is a character that has seen the rise of the Empire and the fall of the Empire.
Yeah.
And that's a big clue, it really is, about what he is or who he is. So part of this video is talking about Yoda. They're both hundreds of years old, is what the video is saying. The theory is expressing the idea that he broke away from Yoda for whatever reason.
Probably because Yoda...
The dark side.
Yoda kept pissing him off. Hey, man.
Hey, man. That's your Yoda impression. Hey, man.
Hey, man. You know what I mean, right?
You know what I mean, why?
When do I get my
Don't go to the dark
lightsaber?
side.
When do I go
You
get
know
my
what I mean,
lightsaber?
why?
This is it? This is my lightsaber? This is the size of my penis. This is nothing here. I believe in this planet.
Yoda's like, my schlong is bigger than my lightsaber.
Really? Really, Snoke? Is that all you can do for me? Whatever. It's all good.
Whoa, Misa Yoda, what are you doing there?
You know,
Kill Jar Jar!
Jar Jar Binks. You know what I mean,
Who
right?
the hell let Jar Jar in here?
Jar Jar Binks needs to fucking... I don't know. Go ahead, Jeremy. Go ahead. What's your...
I was just saying that, yeah, that's an interesting theory. Which led me and Nate to talk about Frank Oz has been spotted on the set of Episode 8.
Yoda.
Yeah, the puppeteer who created Yoda. And this video made a really good point. Like, obviously Yoda's going to be in Episode 8 is what the guy was saying in the video. And he's like, because, think about it, it's Disney, they could hire any puppeteer they wanted.
Yeah.
Why hire Frank Oz if you're not going to deliver Yoda?
The right way.
Yeah.
No CGI.
Go back to the old, because that's what they're doing now. They're going
Yeah.
back to the original, not CGI. I mean, there's some CGI, but yeah. It's an interesting theory to ponder.
I just don't see them killing Han Solo off completely with the Han Solo movies coming out.
Well, we do know that Harrison Ford is in Episode 8.
He's in Episode 8. Yoda's in Episode 8. So is it a flashback?
I didn't know he's in 8.
Because it was confirmed that
Yoda?
You just told me he was
No,
in
I'm
there.
just telling you that I know that Frank Oz has been seen. I don't know if he can be...
Well, what is he going to do?
I think he's... After I heard that in the video, I think he's probably... Yoda's going to be in Episode 8.
He might be an 8.
I think as a Force Ghost. That was my first thought. Yeah, he's
But
gonna...
Force Ghost could be CGI'd.
That's a good point.
Why would you bring in Frank Oz to do a scene?
Because that puppet looks so much damn different than
it
the
did.
prequel. Even as a Force Ghost.
I mean, hell, I could fucking make a Yoda puppet and make him glow.
Did that bother anybody else watching the prequels?
What bothered me
How?
was seeing Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen taking the place of the original man. That kind of was like...
Taking the place of who?
As the Force
Oh,
Ghost
the Force
at the
Ghost
end.
at the end.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, when I first saw that, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah.
Other than I get what
Like, yeah, I killed younglings.
I get what George was trying to say. Was like, oh, here he is when he was a good Jedi.
Yeah, but you're looking at him there with the long hair, the scarred up eye.
And you think of Darth Vader. You think of the bad
Yeah,
Jedi.
you think of the bad Jedi, him slaughtering the kids.
Yeah, I agree.
They should have kept with the old man where it was just like, hey, you know.
I'm an old man, I'm
an
a
old
father,
man,
and I
it's
redeemed
cool.
myself. I agree. I think that was a bad choice, too.
He's like, I'm sorry, I killed your grandkids. It's my bad. It's on me.
As long as we're throwing around Star Wars theories and shit, Star Wars talk, like, I'm telling you, man, I can't watch the prequels and Yoda without thinking, why the frick did they do that?
Yeah, they did way too much.
And actually, it's even more bizarre that in Phantom Menace, he's still the puppet. He's the puppet. And then by episode 2...
Yeah, he is the
suddenly,
puppet. Yeah.
He's like this healthy, glowing...
He's fucking doing backflips and bouncing around everything and fucking
I always
walking around with the fucking...
issues with that.
I don't know, I think he just needed... I don't know, it was stupid. They should have
And
kept
quite
him
honestly, you know, when I was in the theater and I watched Attack of the Clones, in the end, when Yoda takes the lightsaber out and starts doing backflips and stuff, yeah, I was like, wow, I was into it at the moment, but in hindsight,
Yeah.
I look back upon that, watch that movie now, and I go, that's stupid as shit.
I mean, they needed somebody strong enough to fight the Emperor,
Dooku.
so it would have been Dooku. No, it was the Emperor. No, it was Dooku. I'm sorry.
No, he did fight the Emperor.
Yeah, he was
in
Emperor.
Episode 9, or 3, sorry.
Yeah, and then he went on, and then...
But that scene in 2 was him against Dooku.
Yeah.
Dooku. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, everybody wanted to... That's what made Yoda...
We all wanted to see it.
That's what put Yoda on the map, right there.
No, I disagree.
Well, you gotta think, George Lucas said this was for the kids. If Yoda wasn't in... If Yoda was a fucking Muppet baby... Would he be as popular? They needed some more action with Yoda.
Well, they wouldn't have done. They could not have done those scenes.
Well,
no.
Well, by the time 4, 5, and 6 was out, Yoda has already been in hiding. He's getting toward the end of his life. He's beyond his fighting capabilities.
He's had no interaction with anyone.
No interaction with anybody. So you figure during the prequels, this is during the Republic. This is in the last days of the Jedi Council. He has to have had some fighting ability left. So they had to have showcased his fighting ability. Now, could they have done it a better way? Of course they could have done it a better way.
Right.
But
I see what you're saying.
if you have one of the iconic characters of Star Wars in Yoda, you got to see how much of a badass and why he's one of the most powerful. Not just have him spouting off philosophical phrases on the side.
Point taken.
And all this stuff.
Yeah,
so.
they needed to show Yoda's power.
As being...
Now, if they do other movies, if they go back even further, let's say to like the Mandalorian Wars, when like the Jedi are coming up into power, maybe we can see some of these other Jedi. Like maybe we can get an Ahsoka movie.
I want Ahsoka. I know you don't like her, but I want...
No, you know what? I'm warming up to Ahsoka. She's kind of like... so I've said many times, like, I hate the idea that... The way they brought her in.
Yeah.
I hated the idea of Anakin having a secret apprentice, and it goes against the Jedi Code. It doesn't make any sense. But now that she's in Rebels...
But wouldn't Ahsoka be the same thing as Anakin to what Qui-Gon was? Like, secret, like, well, I can't officially train you, or they can't officially let me be your master, but just watch what I do. That's pretty much the same thing.
But wasn't, by episode 2, I mean, of course, okay, so Obi-Wan took on Anakin as his Padawan.
Yeah.
But when he took him on, wasn't Obi-Wan at that point graduated to Jedi Knight? At the point that he kills Darth Maul. He stops Darth Maul.
He stops Darth Maul. I think only because of that. Yeah, if he didn't, I think he'd still been a Padawan.
And I don't think they would have gave Anakin to him.
No.
Anakin would have been a youngling.
I think Anakin would then have... I think Obi-Wan would have gotten a new master, and I think Anakin would have probably been passed off to somebody else. Maybe Mace Windu.
No, he would have been back.
Mace wouldn't have done it.
He would have been back on that planet, been like, "Hey, Annie, welcome back."
That's an interesting what if, though.
Yeah.
I see a lot of what if videos on YouTube and whatnot, and that's a pretty good one. What if? Okay, so we can go back to. We could say, okay, Darth Maul escapes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so let's say
Obi-Wan
doesn't cut him in half.
Right.
He creates a diversion, and he escapes. Maybe Maul uses the Force to bring all the Naboo fighters crashing down on him or something.
Right.
And he'll escape. And then they get out of it, and they go back to Coruscant and go to the Jedi Council. Oh, well, he got away and all this stuff.
So does he get promoted to Jedi Knight at that point?
Or does it get taken away? Does it?
He wasn't a Jedi Knight.
No, he was still a Padawan.
Yeah, that's right. But it seemed like
because Qui-Gon's gone, and he's not completed his training, so then he would have to be assigned to somebody else.
So what happens to Anakin at that point?
He's back on that planet.
Yeah, I think you're right, dude.
He did have to say, "You're done, dude. There's nothing we can do for you." Because Mace Windu didn't want him. Yoda said he wasn't strong enough. There was too much fear in him.
There was fear in him,
and he would have been gone.
Yeah, again, the will of the Force.
But then that would have been also. Then Anakin would have then been sought out by, if not Maul, the Emperor himself.
That would have pissed Anakin.
I should say Palpatine.
That would have pissed Anakin off. That would have pissed him off.
Yeah, that too.
That would have pissed him off and be like.
But he would have been reunited with his mother though too.
Or he'd be fucking cleaning Mace Windu's purple fucking land speeder out in the parking lot. For the rest of his life.
There's a lot. Let's say he goes back to his mother.
I'm just picturing Mace Windu's speeder now.
He's the only Jedi who's got 22s.
He's got 22s. Like, I don't even use the wheels. Look at my show. Look at this.
He's like, make sure there are no snakes by my fucking car, motherfucker.
He's got like purple velvet seats.
like Back to the Future 2. I told you 2 coats of wax on that car, not just one.
You got an 8-track player.
You got 8-track.
Everybody knows 8-track's better.
8-track's better. Shit.
High quality.
Shit, nigga. Get them snakes out of my car. You want to go back to your mom? You want to go back?
Fuzzy dice hanging from nothing. He's just using the Force to suspend the dice. Purple fuzzy dice.
He's like, Master Windu, I'm doing the best I can. He just goes, Jabba Nobody, what do you want? You want to make the car look good, or you want to go back and work for Greedo? Or go back and work for Watto, your choice. I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can.
So, go ahead, Nate. What were you saying?
It was like, so, Anakin would be reunited with his mother, but then who's to say that Yoda maybe changes his mind? He comes to the planet, works his magic, then maybe he gets his mother. Maybe he sees, maybe we'll bring the mother along to help him not go down to the dark side.
I don't think so, dude, because if that was the case, they would have brought her along a long time ago.
So I've always had this, theory in my head that
soon as they started him going down that course, questioning Obi-Wan and shit, then they would have brought the mom in. But I don't think it would have. I think he would have been pissed off, and he would have been chilling out with the Emperor.
I always had this theory. Let me know what you guys feel about this. That Palpatine was. All right, so I do believe. I don't know if they're going to make Plagueis canon or not, but back when these movies came out and Plagueis was canon, I always felt that Anakin was created by Plagueis.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal belief. And so I've always kind of felt after Plagueis was killed by Palpatine, that Palpatine was behind the scenes in Anakin's life every step of the way. That's my own personal opinion. Like Palpatine was just pulling all the right strings to make sure he got to the place where he needed to be.
And
But we all know Palpatine also feared him. Right?
Feared who? Anakin?
Yeah. Because Palpatine knew he was the chosen one. He knew. He knew he was created.
But then soon as he...
Palpatine might have created him.
Palpatine could be Plagueis.
Huh? What?
I think Palpatine could be Plagueis. You never know.
Explain. You lost me.
You never know. He could be Plagueis.
How would he be his master?
Who? That could be all bullshit. That could be all bullshit.
I'm listening.
I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there so you guys start.
So
Palpatine could have been.
Plagueis kills Palpatine.
No, I'm not even saying there is a Plagueis.
Form.
I'm just saying Plagueis is a made-up name from Palpatine. That
there
was no Plagueis, and it was just Palpatine the whole time.
So he was the real Plagueis.
And he's the real Plagueis, and he's the one that...
Where did Palpatine get his powers? Where did he learn the dark side?
Snoke.
Ah, okay. Everybody's got a Snoke theory.
Yeah, I mean, now that Snoke's in the picture, Snoke's got to be from somewhere.
You know what's crazy about all these Snoke theories is that no matter what, we're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, we're going.
No matter what,
we're going to have rumors for the next 4 years.
No matter what the truth is,
reveal what it is.
Yeah,
when they finally tell us like who he is, you know we're gonna go.
What? He's gonna come out with some 3-foot little alien and shit. He's gonna have like some high squeaky voice. Everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Who, Plagueis or Snoke?
Snoke.
Yeah, you know he's gonna be a lot shorter than what he is.
He's gonna be like 3 foot tall.
He's gonna be 3 foot tall, and he's gonna be.
He's gonna be some ugly looking Yoda.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to make this point though, back to like what happened to Anakin if Darth Maul never was killed, not killed.
Okay, he died.
So if he's not promoted to Jedi Knight, then, and this is really interesting, I think. I've never thought about this because it's like the will of the Force in Anakin's life. Like everything happened in that dude's life. The Force made sure that he was going to become Darth Vader. So let me ask you guys this. What do you think about this? So let's say Maul doesn't die or whatever, and Obi-Wan is not promoted to Jedi Knight, so the Council, we're all kind of agreeing that the Council would be like, no, he can't be a Jedi. We're not going to train him. So he goes back to his home world, gives up on the idea of being a Jedi, scornful or not, who knows. But at that point, because Palpatine feared how powerful the boy was, does Palpatine do something to orchestrate Anakin's eventual...
No, because
I think he lost half of his body.
I think because of him already being
But by this point, he's too young.
He's too young
because this is all toward the end. Let's just say this all happens toward the end of Episode 1. Okay. He's still a kid.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe Palpatine is aware of who he is at this point?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think he does. He doesn't realize his potential until Episode 2.
So you don't believe that Palpatine or Plagueis created him then?
I don't think so, because if he did, then he would have sent Maul to like keep tabs on him, or have Maul
maybe he was
pick him up or something. You know, because you think if you have a powerful asset like that, even though if it's a kid, don't you think you would be kind of keeping an eye on that? Or having somebody keep an eye on that?
Maybe he was keeping an eye on him.
I think he probably was keeping an eye on him. That's why he kept him on that planet, and that's why Watto wouldn't let him go.
So
maybe Watto was behind it. I know it sounds stupid, but maybe he had some kind of deal with Watto, and because after Watto left him, after he left Watto, then that's when he's seen the Emperor.
Maybe you might notice something. Maybe because that's why Watto wouldn't let the mother go.
Mm-hmm.
Because Palpatine was making sure you separate them.
Separate them to make him stronger and more dark.
And Palpatine knew that he was eventually going to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
To start the demise of Anakin. To take that dark, to fuel the dark side. Because all he has in this universe is his mother.
Mm-hmm. At that time.
Palpatine is smart and cunning and knows that. This is all that kid's got, really. I mean, other than his Jedi Master. His mother was everything to him because he didn't have a father. So let me ask you this. And that's really interesting. Watto had a deal with Palpatine. That's
you never
so
know.
Wait a minute, Nate.
You never know.
And we all know that the Jews screw everything up. So I'm kidding.
It's Donald Trump's in office. It's cool.
It's cool now. Right?
My size
we
are
can
getting.
all be honest.
My biggie size fries are getting biggie
asshole.
again. They're getting biggie again, dude. My fries are getting back to the way they were in 09 or 07.
Seriously, I want to hear what Nate Dogg's. All right, how did Anakin get created? Where did Anakin come from? If you don't believe that it was Plagueis or Palpatine, and he has no father, so where did he come from?
Well, I don't think I said that. I don't believe.
It's like I never fucking said that.
Never created him.
I never said that.
I'm saying that
he never said that.
No, I never said Plagueis never created him.
I thought you did.
No. No, I'm saying if I don't think in episode 1, I don't think he realizes.
Let's just face it, Anakin's mom's a whore. She doesn't know who the father is. She ain't lying.
She didn't even care.
She ain't lying saying she don't know who the father is because she doesn't know who the father is.
Now, okay, I'll give you another scenario. Okay, let's say they don't send him back to the planet after the first episode.
Let's say they decide to train him.
So let's say they decide to train him, but let's train him with somebody else. What if they let Dooku train him?
Was Dooku a Jedi back then?
Dooku was still a Jedi. He did not turn until episode 2.
Episode 2. Because they said
so
that
they're unaware of obviously they're unaware of what Dooku ends up becoming. What do they say? Okay, we're going to give you to Dooku because Dooku trained Qui-Gon.
This is some fascinating shit.
Can you imagine if Qui-Gon didn't die and Dooku, Qui-Gon, and Anakin, all three of them teamed up?
I was just about to touch upon a similar thought, but go ahead, Nate.
No, I'm just saying it was like, or not only that. What if they give Obi-Wan? They say, okay, we'll let Dooku train you.
To Obi-Wan because you're not graduated yet.
Right, so you're not graduated yet. So we'll let Dooku train you.
And Dooku,
then Dooku ends up
because Obi-Wan loves Qui-Gon so much. Dooku could be like, Qui-Gon was with me.
That's what he said. He said that. Didn't he say that to Anakin?
I know he tries to convince.
He said if Qui-Gon didn't die, then he would have been on the dark side or something similar to.
You can't corrupt Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan at this point, even in episode 1.
You had me going for a second, but I'm gonna go back to my.
You cannot corrupt Obi-Wan.
No, you can't. That dude is pure light.
He is pure light.
That's why he deserves a fucking movie.
He don't deserve a movie.
Fuck you, man.
He don't deserve a fucking movie.
Fuck you, man.
No.
You said Yoda doesn't deserve his own movie.
You know who the father is of Anakin? Han fucking Solo. Han Solo is the mother, or is the father.
I shot first, that's right.
I shot first. I shot her first. It's not my fault. That's my boy.
Anakin, I don't know how to tell you this, but I shot first.
And that was the bet that Lando and Han had for the Falcon. Who could get her pregnant first? That was the bet. Who could get her first? And Han won the bet, and that's why he got the Falcon.
That's why he got the Falcon. We're gonna explain all that.
Episode 8, it's all coming out. It's all coming out. He's gonna be like, yeah, your grandfather that you're worshiping is also your stepbrother. You motherfucker, it's also your brother. So.
Incest rules our galaxy too. No, alright, so this is a really interesting thought that we've kind of stumbled upon. What if, what you were saying in the beginning there of your argument about the council says, okay, Anakin, we're going to let Dooku train you. Seriously, the more I watch the prequels, the more I believe that Palpatine had a hand in everything, which adds to his genius. I'm telling you, what if Palpatine did not allow that to happen?
I don't think they would have sent him with Dooku because
what would happen, dude? What would happen if Dooku and an unharmed Anakin, who ends up growing up to be the baddest Jedi that ever lived, those two became super villains.
Oh, dude, it would have
They
been
could take
over.
Palpatine out.
They could pet, yeah, and I think one of the videos I think I watched, and I think it might have been from Stupendous Wave, was one of those what if scenarios, but I think it had to do with Obi-Wan, and it was that situation where, kind of a similar situation where Dooku would ask Obi-Wan, join me on the dark side, because
would have followed.
And he said, because the Emperor or Palpatine is not who you think he is. He's a Sith Lord, doing all this stuff, and try to get Obi-Wan on his side.
Oh,
And then he would use he would have Obi-Wan at his side, dark side powered, to take out Palpatine on that scene on the trade ship.
Because there was no loyalty between Dooku or Palpatine at all. I mean, obviously there wasn't, because he's the one who fucking told Anakin to kill him. Kill him. And he killed him.
Well, yeah. There's no
So
loyalty.
there was no loyalty there.
To Palpatine with anybody.
Anybody, no.
But the same goes for Dooku, I believe, because when he was giving that spiel to Obi-Wan, he was basically saying, "Hey, well." I mean, he didn't tell him about Palpatine, but I think in Dooku's head, he's like, you and me could take that dude out.
And he also said that if
you, me, and Anakin could
if your master didn't die, your master would have been with me. It would mean...
Can you imagine that?
That's what I'm saying.
Anakin, Obi-Wan, Dooku, and Qui-Gon.
I'm telling you, it would have been the dark side so fun.
So I'm telling you, man, this is why I believe Palpatine pulled all the strings. I think this is why he... obviously the whole thing with kidnapping, we know now that was going to be Dooku's demise.
What if he comes back at episode 8?
Scene.
What if he comes back at episode 8?
Who, Dooku?
No, the Emperor, Palpatine.
Well, there's talk about that too, that we're going to see.
Be like, so, you like my granddaughter?
If you're not familiar with the novels of it's not canon anymore, but... And I didn't, I used to know somebody that read all the novels.
The legends,
or stories, right? That Palpatine did try to take over the galaxy again as a ghost.
Right, he imbued his essence in an item.
But who? But
it was. I think it was some sort of item where he imbued. I want to say a Sith holocron or something. He imbued an item, and that was the Sith way of immortality.
Okay, check it out.
Like the Jedi become Force ghosts.
What if Snoke?
The dark side couldn't do that. So Palpatine was one of the few who found a way to live beyond death, where he imbued an item with his essence, so that he was able to live on after he demised. Now he could have did that, stashed it somewhere as like an emergency in case some 7-foot asthmatic asshole decides to throw you down a vent shaft.
What if Snoke is Palpatine?
Well, so they're talking about that's a theory.
Because the way he's treating Kylo Ren is the same way he treated Anakin Skywalker.
I don't think so. But you could be right.
And that's why he's all fucked up looking, because he said Plagueis taught him everything that he knew about there is a way you can save yourself. What if Palpatine did bring himself back to life, did change his looks a little bit? Obviously, he's going to get fucked up looking because he's fell down a fucking hole.
Then how would he have survived the second Death Star exploding?
He comes back to life, dude. He can bring himself back to life anytime he wants. He can fight death. He can prevent the ones from anyone dying.
Unless it's what I said, he imbued.
Mm-hmm.
He imbued, but I don't think this is canon either. But one of the legends, the extended universe, was that Palpatine sensed a powerful dark presence in this uncharted region of space.
Yeah.
And so he sent scout fleets out there, and these scout fleets never came back. And when they did come back, they came back as the First Order.
Yeah.
They never came back until Palpatine died, and then they reemerged as the First Order. And a lot of people are saying, well, that's Snoke.
Yeah.
Snoke is that powerful presence in the uncharted area, And Palpatine was afraid of that.
I don't know, man. I think we haven't seen the end of Palpatine or the Emperor, same person, but they'll be back.
All I gotta say is that there's got to be a big fucking payoff for this. If they're making us question, they're making us what if this, what if that.
I do not see Rey being I do not see Rey being Luke Skywalker's daughter. I don't.
I think it's almost out of the question after. So they just released the new version of the Blu-ray, the new special edition, and they have interviews on there. And J.J. Abrams says that Kylo Ren and Rey have never met until Episode 7. So if that is the case, if they were cousins, they would have met each other, right?
Not unless.
Unless they're cousins, but she was hid as a baby.
He could be a lot older than what.
But she wasn't hid as a baby. They show us.
They show her. She's probably about 7 years old when she's left on Jakku. Because shit's getting crazy. But how old do you have to be to start training Jedis?
Well, it doesn't really matter. They tried to. You know what? I actually was watching a video about this too because. You know, they didn't want to train Anakin because he was...
Yeah, but how much of a pussy is Luke Skywalker to go hide?
That's because...
Well, he's fucking hiding out on Easter Island or where the fuck he's at, just hiding away.
I thought you meant like him as a kid. I was like, he didn't have a choice.
No, not that, and that was a mistake because what really happened was
fucking 3-year-old Luke, that fucking pussy.
No, what really happened was when the stormtroopers came. It was an accidental grease fire. Stormtroopers got out just in time, and Aunt Peru killed her and Owen. That's how it happened.
Peru were meth heads.
They burned themselves. And that's why there was no sympathy, because Luke knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, because they were
fucking meth heads.
Moisture farmers.
They were moisture farmers.
Quote unquote.
And that's why Obi-Wan's like, let's get the fuck out of here, dude. Shit's gonna be happening in a couple hours. We gotta go.
The stormtroopers showed up.
Yeah.
Knew it was the meth farm. And just let it burn.
How much of a dick was Ben if he let Luke live with them and they were fucking meth heads?
Yeah.
Right? He just stood by and let them be around drugs and shit.
But what I'm thinking
is either that or you're gonna become a Sith. I'm sorry.
But no, I'm thinking though, like with Luke Skywalker being so strong as a Jedi and being the most powerful Jedi, why would he go hiding?
Well, he's not going to go fight an unknown enemy by himself.
He knows who the enemy is.
No, I think there's more to this.
He knows who he could easily took out Kylo Ren.
Don't you think he probably knows who Snoke is? Don't you think Luke Skywalker is aware of Snoke?
I think he's aware, but I think he doesn't know. And I think that's why he goes off. He's going to find out what this presence is.
I think at the beginning of Episode 8, Luke Skywalker's going to pull out his lightsaber and start fighting Rey. Because he's going to be like, oh, fucking bitch is back.
This is what I think. I think that...
But I think he realizes what Rey is.
Yeah. And I don't think
I think that's also part of it, too.
I think when he looks at her at the end, he knows.
He knows who she is.
If one of the theories out there proves to be true, that she was created by Palpatine.
I like that theory.
You know.
Yeah, I do too. And I think that's why.
I think he's going off to probably learn about this process. How is this possible? How can you manipulate metachlorians? You know, and then maybe that traces back to Plagueis, and then maybe that's the stumbling block. Oh, Plagueis is Snoke. What, there's this connection too.
And what if she is related? What if she was created by Palpatine, and they erased her memory, and everything she was holding when she held the lightsaber, her memory was coming back to her, and then that's why when Luke saw her, he was like, "Oh fuck."
Hey, the lightsaber. You were just talking about like the power to imbue your spirit into
and she's the one that killed the Jedi.
So maybe Vader's spirit is imbued into the lightsaber.
Well, because that was Anakin's lightsaber at one point.
Maybe
I don't think he was taught that though.
Maybe Palpatine taught him.
But would Palpatine waste that time on him? Because everything I've heard, everything that he put Anakin through when he got fucked up on Mustafar was punishment. You stupid son of a bitch. Why'd you have to go and get yourself cut in half? Well, I'm going to put you in this robotic suit.
No, again, and I might be wrong, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I don't think it.
Look what you did to yourself.
You're stupid.
You were the chosen one, you moron.
You're
You stupid bitch. Get his ass out of there. Get him out of there. You're on the list. Get him out of there. You know what? Make his suit black. Make his voice change. He's an idiot.
No, I think...
You had one job to do.
I don't think it was punishment. I think, again, this was Palpatine sitting back and pulling all the strings. I think Palpatine could have gotten to Mustafar before all that shit happened.
Yeah.
I think he allowed Obi-Wan and Anakin to duel it out because he saw into the future, that he knew that Anakin was going to become...
He had foresight?
Yeah, and I think he feared Anakin. I think he needed Anakin to be hindered somehow.
And when he threw...
Well, he obviously he did fear. I think he saw if Anakin was 100% that he would become more powerful.
And I think that's why.
So I think knowing that he was going to suffer, and I think had Palpatine gotten there earlier, I mean it shows in Episode 3 what a badass Palpatine was with the lightsaber. Palpatine could have interrupted the fight.
He could have just been off just like that, and Obi-Wan would have been fucking broke.
Right, toast, dude, have been gone.
But
come on, get on the ship. You and I are going to kick ass. But I think Palpatine was behind the scenes for years, knowing I can't allow him to grow up without some sort of handicap.
But I would have thought that would have been his test and his answer when he didn't kill him when Mace Windu was about to kill him. Right there should have been loyalty. Be like, okay, this guy's ready for it. He chose the dark side over Jedi's.
Not that Anakin would have one day become a Jedi again. I'm not saying that. And then tried to overthrow Palpatine. Like the good would have came back. I don't think Palpatine was thinking that. I think he was thinking, this motherfucker is so powerful that just like all the Sith, there's a long history of them killing each other for power. That eventually Anakin would have got to a point where he's like, I'm more powerful than he is. Why am I number 2?
Well, nobody.
If Palpatine did have foresight, then why did he not see Vader turning against him?
I think maybe he did.
Maybe it was part of the plan.
I think maybe that's why Luke Skywalker was set to be the new apprentice. I think right. Maybe Vader.
Yep.
Maybe it was cloudy.
Maybe he felt Vader was getting soft because his kids are back in the picture.
Right. And we can kind of look at the trilogy and almost see
that. Yeah.
5 and 6, where Vader. The scene where they're about to go see Palpatine.
Yep.
And it's just him and Luke. It's just him and Luke, and they're like in an elevator. It's not an elevator, but it looks like they're in an elevator.
It's like one of those docking bridges from AT-AT.
Yeah. And they're having a little conversation, and you can almost look at Vader and see like he's softening. This is my
and the Emperor's feeling
and the Emperor's feeling that, and knowing that Luke could end up becoming an unhandicapped Luke could end up becoming just as powerful as Anakin with the handicap. So I think maybe he did have that foresight, but it was a little bit cloudy. Like I think I sense Anakin's turning back to the light, and I have to get Luke Skywalker. Now, if I get Luke Skywalker to kill his father,
it was over.
It's over. Me and him. He'll be my apprentice until I have to kill him. That's basically the Sith way. Is that hey, come with me, we'll rule the galaxy until you get too powerful, and then I have to kill you.
Not even too powerful, just soft. Just till you start getting soft. Right. Because everybody's got a weakness, and Darth Vader's weakness was seeing Luke Skywalker, because he easily could have killed Luke at any time he wanted to.
And we see some truth to that a little bit in 7, when Snoke says, your father's involved now. And, and he's like, we'll see what happens. Because Snoke's kind of basically saying to him probably what the Emperor was saying to Vader. We don't see it in the movies, but we can imagine that the Emperor is like.
Ray, Chewbacca, and Finn were the only ones that witnessed Han Solo getting killed.
But Snoke says to him, "What's the?"
You know what you have to do.
Right. How did Snoke know about Han Solo? Something happened.
Because something but the Falcon.
Something about the Falcon.
Yeah, they're on the Falcon with your father, Han Solo.
And then, and so this becomes like a big point of contention.
And he goes, and you know what you have to do? And he goes, yes, I know what I have to do. But what if all the Siths have a weakness, okay?
There you go.
Darth Vader's was his kids. What if Kylo Ren's was seeing his dad, and that's why he's like, I need you to take my lightsaber. Rey was up top. What if Rey was fucking Kylo Ren's mind up to kill Han Solo? If this is if this is Palpatine's way of bringing her back, bringing himself back into the picture.
Let me add this. I think all Sith do have a weakness, maybe with the exception of Palpatine, which is what made him so badass. What was Palpatine's weakness? He never
had a weakness.
He never showed any weakness.
He was hitting it everywhere.
Alright, Palpatine's like, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
I need your help, but I'll kill you off eventually.
You bring up the killing of Han Solo, and I just read this.
It's a
on a
hard
website
subject to talk about.
About
no, I'm good.
I'm
good. You're allowing me to smoke in your house. I'm good.
About the possibility of Han Solo being alive in episode 8. And this one article is like, okay, well, how would this be possible? The article goes, if you're a follower of the franchise, then you're aware that the Sith Lord showed the ability to hold blaster bolts in place using the Force. Mm-hmm. With this, it is possible that Kylo bent his saber around the smuggler to look like he stabbed Han in front of Rey, Chewie, and Finn in the Stormtrooper's perspective. He then cast him into the pit, which is supposedly a safer alternative.
I don't buy it.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not impossible.
So what, like stab?
Basically, Ren pretends to have gone fully on the dark side and proves his loyalty to Snoke through killing, quote-unquote, his father, but is really a light side agent at the end. Fans may see Solo's son resisting Snoke's training, holding back in the next film. Of course, this is if this theory is accurate.
See, I'm not trying to say this is true, this is not, but Rey was there. Rey is obviously forceful. She's probably one of the stronger Jedi of this
ever.
So what if Kylo Ren really was telling his dad, I need your help, but I don't know what I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the power and strength to do it. Maybe that's to leave Snoke, and Rey was hearing this all and said, no, fuck you, and use some kind of mind power to kill Han Solo.
I really hope that Rey's not who we think.
You can't trust women, bro. We've been through this.
And I'm not trying to hate on women. I don't want it. I'm not saying that because I want her to fall off a pedestal.
I want her to fall. I don't give a fuck.
No, I think it would be okay. So we saw Anakin in the original trilogy become, start off with this great potential, and he was
he was a whiny little bitch.
He was a Jedi who was the chosen one, and ends up becoming fallen.
He was the chosen one. His father was a chosen one.
So in this one, we see the reverse happening, right?
Yeah.
We see this. I guess it wouldn't be the reverse. It would be the same. Never mind. But the point is, in the same aspect that Anakin fell from grace. Mm-hmm. So maybe this trilogy is showing us, Rey, look how powerful she is. And by the end, I'm going to tell you guys real quick, and everyone in the podcast, listening to the podcast, how the turning of Rey. I read an article about the turning of Rey and possible spoilers. If you watch episode 8 and you're like, damn it, that motherfucker on the Nerd Eye cast told me this. I'm sorry, I didn't know, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways. So this article was saying that in episode 8, there has been some confirmation that there is and I remember telling you guys about this, that there's a big fight scene with Luke Skywalker, Rey, Chewie against the Knights of Ren.
At that moment,
Kylo Ren. What the series says is it's on that island where she's being trained, so it's probably in the first part of the movie, first portion of the movie. And this theory goes on to say that she becomes wounded, right? And Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker fights off all the Knights of Ren basically on his own, and Kylo Ren, like the little bitch that everybody thinks he is, flees, right? He leaves. Realizing, okay, so Rey is injured, and realizing that, wait a minute, I was able to defeat him in Episode 7 when I channeled that anger I felt. But now that I've been trained under Luke, who's telling her, no, don't channel the dark side, like you can't, you gotta. And so she tries to use the light side while she's fighting, and realizes I'm way more powerful.
What if Luke is hiding out because he knows she's coming to kill him?
So hang on, let me finish this. No, let me finish this because it's interesting. So she goes, well, I want that power, and so she starts. Maybe she contacts Snoke, or Snoke contacts her, and Kylo Ren comes to Luke and says,
"My bad,
I've been dealing with this inner conflict inside of me. I know I've done wrong, but."
This is not like stealing a candy bar and returning it back to the convenience store, dude. The motherfucker killed Han Solo. He's fucked over everybody. I think if anything, it would have been mind control from Rey. And when she showed up on that island, Luke Skywalker knew that she was there to kill him.
I don't think she's there to kill him.
I think so. She held a lightsaber out. Yes, that's the cliffhanger. What if at the beginning of 8 she turns it on?
And charges at him?
And tries to kill him. And because his face, did you see his face? It wasn't like, oh, my daughter. It was all like, fuck.
I think he does know who she is. I think
he was not expecting her to follow him here. I think that's what that face was like. Man, now she's here now.
Now I got child support. And
I do think that Luke's. I don't think he's just hiding because I failed again. I think there's more to it than that.
I think he's afraid because they're out to kill him.
I personally think that he's dealing with his own demons on that island.
There ain't no demons.
No. Listen, man. We all know that he's a Skywalker. His daddy is Darth Vader. Don't forget that. There was a lot of anger in that little boy, even as a boy on that planet. He was like, I'm a slave, damn it.
He wanted to go to the academy.
But before he went through any traumatic thing, you can look at Episode 1 and go, that kid's got issues. He does.
Who? Luke?
Anakin.
So Episode 4.
So I'm just telling you, the apple don't fall far from the tree. When we see Luke wearing a black robe, force-choking guards at Jabba's palace, that's not by coincidence. Him almost striking down his own father. And the Emperor's like, yes. The Emperor knows there's some dark side in the Skywalker blood. There is. Look at Kylo. There is some dark side. And I think the reason
Kylo Ren's got a lot of Han Solo.
Leia would be the exception to that, though.
Yeah, and Han Solo. He's got Solo.
But he's not a Skywalker.
He's not a Skywalker, though.
No, he is.
He's Han Solo.
But see, Leia is also a Skywalker, and she has never shown any.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again,
desire for.
True.
I think they all need counseling.
True.
They all need counseling.
Today on Dr. Phil.
The Skywalkers. What the fuck's wrong with you?
What's wrong with the Skywalkers?
You know what I mean, right?
No, I think it goes back to she's the one that never really channels the Force, right? So maybe she doesn't really harness that dark side because she doesn't tinker with either side. The Force is in her.
Yeah, she would figure that she has the ability to.
But we've never seen
work
Leia
with the Force. But I don't think she's never had a desire.
Right.
Even when she came to the realization that she's a Skywalker.
Which is a bunch of bullshit. Because even if you're like, I'm a politician, that's not me. You'd probably be sitting around at home when no one's around going,
you're just like,
let's see if I can lift that can.
No, you know damn well.
My brother can do it. I know
I mean, come on now. You see the TV controller on that side of the fucking room. You're using the Force to bring that shit over. And I'm saying that Kylo Ren is not as bad as everyone thinks he is. That's what I think. I think they fucking not brainwashed, but erased her memory of what really happened. Maybe she's the one who killed everybody.
Well,
I don't know. What would the Macho Man think?
Put the Macho Man in the Star Wars universe. Oh my God!
The Macho Man.
Macho Man is a Jedi.
He'd have the only.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! The pink lightsaber. He'd have a pink lightsaber.
I always like to have a cup of coffee in the morning.
Coffee with my creamer.
Oh my God!
We are getting way off topic here.
It's yeah. Once we get on a roll, we just roll and roll and roll.
I think this is it. They erased her memory, and then when she held a lightsaber, that's when she started getting her shit back.
No, I think you're onto something.
And who knows? Maybe she was part of the Knights of Ren. I know the Knights of Ren are this, that, but maybe she was in training for Knights of Ren, and that's why Luke Skywalker is afraid to see her, because he don't know that they erased her memory, and he's afraid to see, oh shit, she's here to kill me, or try to kill me, because he doesn't know that her memory got erased. Because his facial reaction as a father would have been like, oh hell yeah, dude! My daughter's here. Give her a big hug.
I wouldn't think that. Maybe if Rey is his daughter, then maybe that reaction is like, you shouldn't be here because I don't want you messed in with this. Right, you should have stayed on that planet where I put you so I can protect you. Why are you here now?
I tried to keep you away from
I still think Luke's a virgin. I think that's Han Solo's kid.
Dude, then Solo's got some powerful ass shit, dude.
I'll tell you what, I did all throughout 7. I thought she was Han Solo's kid as I was watching it the first time.
Yeah, well, he offered her the job and all that shit.
And I think that was a purposeful. They were trying to derail us and make you believe that. Let me ask you guys this before we.
Maybe they are brother. Maybe they are brother and sister. He tried for her to go to. The mom, Leia, wanted him to be a Jedi. The dad didn't want him to be. Han Solo didn't want him to be a Jedi. Kylo Ren went fucking crazy, so Leia took her to Jakku. And how is it that the Falcon is still on that planet? How is it that the Falcon is on the planet that she just happens to end up being at?
There's some sort of explanation when he first gets on the Falcon.
Yeah, they go on to like, well, where did you find this? It was on Jakku, and he goes, well, that's the one place where we didn't look, and all this other bullshit. But I mean, what's the probability of a Skywalker / Han Solo being on the same planet as the Falcon? I think Princess Leia Han Solo took her there.
I think the Falcon being on Jakku was just for the sake of having the Falcon.
No. For that, I'm smoking again in your house because you know what? There is no coincidence in Star Wars.
A convenient movie plot. She's running from the bad guys.
Oh look, there's the Falcon. There's Uncle Han's Falcon.
All right, but let me ask you guys this, and then we'll move back onto the list. Although we could sit here and talk about Star Wars. I don't care, because it's one
Well, my list just fucking sucks, so it don't fucking matter.
I like your list. I didn't like Shredder.
Well, we could talk. I would say we could talk more about this next week. I mean, that could be. We can just talk about what ifs, or we can just have a whole Star Wars related thing.
I think personally that Han Solo stuck her there, knowing because he didn't want nothing to do with the Jedis. He didn't. He said it was all a bunch of hokey pokey religion shit that he didn't believe in. And then after his son, after women manipulated him and said, look, it's part of his family, he's got to learn it, blah, blah, blah. Fine, bitch, let him go. I'm tired of arguing with you, let him go. Shit fucks up. I told you shit was going to fuck up. I told you it was going to happen. He killed everybody. I'm taking my daughter. We're going to go hiding.
Here's why I don't think.
And that's why Princess Leia and Han Solo hasn't seen each other, because he's still pissed off at her for not listening to him the first damn time.
Oh shit!
I'm telling you.
Here's why I don't think that's credible.
That's not the truth.
Hang
but
on.
I'm just
No,
going
but-
by
but the
with
idea that
as
she
a
is-
guy's scenario.
The idea that she is a Solo. Here's why I don't think it's true. Because in Episode 7, and I believe me, I thought about this quite a bit, but in Episode 7, when the big kind of reuniting scene between Han and Leia, and they're about to go into Starkiller Base or whatever, she tells him, "Go get our son back." There's no mention of our daughter whatsoever.
Because she knows she's already there.
But why wouldn't she be like?
But even when Leia walked up to Rey, there wasn't like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're back, honey."
Right.
Or it just wasn't one
Because
of those
she's
just
pissed
like,
off because she went with Han Solo. And Han Solo couldn't raise her and left her on Jakku.
But don't you think at that moment, mother and daughter are reunited after years, that she would have said something about being her mother or her being her daughter?
But what if it's not a coincidence? What if it's not a coincidence that the Falcon is on Jakku? If we're going back to your point, if the Force is manipulating events that lead her to the Falcon, that lead the Falcon to Jakku, that leads
All
her
I
to the
know-
Falcon, that leads her off
All I
to
know
Starkiller Base.
is that if
Right.
I was going to hide my daughter and leave my daughter somewhere, I was going to leave something there to remind her of me.
Do you got
You-
CPS in that galaxy? Somebody needs to call CPS.
I'm just saying, if my daughter's in danger and Star Wars style danger, and I gotta hide her, I'm gonna leave something there that I know that she's gonna know who I am. And everybody knows that the Falcon is Han Solo's.
And did they ever explain why Han and Chewie are transporting fucking animals across the galaxy?
That
for
was
some
fucking
reason?
stupid.
That
That was the dumbest thing.
It's
He's
like-
like, I got these things on here. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, not my favorite part of the movie.
That was dumb.
I mean, I would say I don't remember him.
Other
ever
than that
explaining,
death
like,
gang,
like-
I was like, oh,
like two gangs show
Yeah.
up. Oh, I owe them money. Oh, I owe them money too. Oh shit. Oh, everything's out. Oh, run.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it was kind of classic Han Solo.
Yeah.
But then again, it was quite cheesy, especially in the movie theater. In the moment, I was kind of like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Yeah,
when
but looking back,
when
it's
you watch
like-
it 6 months later or a year later on
the
DVD,
Quadrant Death Gang
and
or
where the
some
fuck is
shit.
Lando?
Hey, Lando, we're gonna get to see Lando in the Han Solo movie, but as far as the future of
But I would say.
Lando gave
never
up,
said-
dude. He's like, you white motherfuckers are driving me nuts. I'm at Jamaica right now. Me and Robert's chilling out.
Finn is Lando's son.
Finn is Lando's son. Maybe that could be it, too.
I've heard that theory.
Maybe
But
Finn
if-
is Lando's
but if
son.
they're gonna
But there's only 5 black people in the entire galaxy.
But
they gotta be related.
And half of them got killed already.
But if they're going to have a Han Solo funeral at the beginning of Episode 8,
I
don't
think
you
so.
think fucking Lando has got to be there
Oh,
if he's
fuck.
alive?
Ooh.
Battery's going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at 18.
You know,
That's a very good point.
I say he's
going to be like,
one of the you think he's his best friend?
You know what Lando's going to do? He's
Next
going to
to
roll
Chewie.
up with the purple zoot suit with the yellow shoes and be like, so, what's up, Leia? He's like, what's up?
Leia.
What's up, Leia? I heard what happened.
cool side of the
If you need anything, here's my number. Call me. You can reach me anytime.
Unless they're going to explain because they don't want to bring Lando back, or Lando's like, no,
Or maybe-
I ain't doing it.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams is like, nah, fuck that. I'm for on that shit.
Well, I told you guys that he made some comment about Donald Glover being cast.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said, not only did he say, who's Donald Glover? He did. Not only did he say that, but he said, he was basically, to shorten his comments, nobody should play Lando but me.
Yeah.
Is basically what he said.
Unless they bring, maybe Lando dies,
So maybe I was going to
and
say,
then they're going to use him as a son.
well, I was going to say maybe they just, at the funeral, they explain Lando away somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe Lando crossed him again.
Or Leia's like, I thought Lando would be here. Like, and they'd be like, oh, Lando couldn't make it because he's dealing with some fucktard on Cloud City,
Right.
you know,
or maybe there's something that happened between Han and Lando, and only Luke knows about it.
Or maybe when he gets
and Leia
buried,
asks Luke.
maybe when he gets buried, they'll show Lando.
maybe
like-
he arrives last or something.
Or maybe, like, I don't know how they do it. I know they bury or burn or whatever, but maybe they have, like, a headstone with Lando's name next to it.
Or maybe he showed, because there's supposed to be an assassination attempt at this funeral. Maybe he shows up. Maybe he ends up saving Leia from a kill
that would
shot
be
or
kick-ass.
something,
That would be awesome.
and chases whoever the fuck it is away. And that brings Lando back in and be like, oh crap, you know, Leia's on the shelf.
I
or
can't
something.
get rid of you, motherfucker.
That would be
Maybe
cool.
Lando ends up taking over this resistance or something.
And Lando
That
and
Leia
Chewie
is now on the shelf, so then Lando comes in and he starts to run things now.
Right.
and Poe and Finn get legally gay married. Because that's what's going to happen.
Stop it.
That's what's going to happen. Poe is gay. Finn is gay.
Blasphemy! I tell you what, no matter
Who's
what.
Poe? Who's Poe then? Who's Poe?
I'm Poe. I'm very Poe.
I'm Poe as hell too.
Oh,
But
okay.
in the movie-
I'm Poe's fuck!
Well, who's Poe though? Who's Poe Dameron?
He's nobody. Not everybody has to have an origin story.
Isn't Poe Dameron basically this version of Wedge Antilles?
Yeah, absolutely. I had that thought. Yeah.
Because they don't explain where the fuck Wedge is.
Why would the old man give him Luke Skywalker's map? There's something to.
You might
They
be
never explain who
They
that old
never
guy
explain
was.
who
I
the
think
old man
I
is.
think that guy is very important. I do, and I think eventually we're going to find out
And
who
when
he
we
is.
find out who he is, we'll be like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah, I think he is.
If they do explain.
I think they have
They
to.
got to.
How the hell did he come into? You can't just. So he's got
A
the
throwaway
map,
character.
but he's got the map.
And he's got one of the most important
Right.
plot pieces
Right.
of the movie.
And how the hell did he get it? And why would he give it to Poe?
Yeah,
of all people.
Exactly. There's a lot to explain about that dude that I can never think of his character's name. He's got some fucked up name.
Yeah, it's something.
Anyone remembers the old man? What's his name? He's got some weird
Maybe
name.
he's some relation to fucking
The old man that had the
Obi-Wan
map.
Kenobi.
What's his
I
character?
don't think they ever said his name.
It's IMDb it. Yeah, it is. He's got a name.
Do you think he's got some relation
The
to
actor's name or the character's
No,
name?
the character.
You think he's got some relation to Obi-Wan? Same accent. Maybe it is Obi-Wan. He came back. He learned because they said that Qui-Gon still had a lot of training for him to do.
It's not Obi-Wan.
I think it's Obi-Wan.
It's not Obi-Wan. But the guys,
But why would he have the map to Luke Skywalker?
yeah, he's significant, whoever he is. And if Lucasfilm doesn't explain that, I'll have serious problems with that. If they don't explain the lightsaber and who the old dude in the beginning is.
Yeah, and why would
I don't even really need to, you don't even need to explain to me
Yeah, I
who the
don't-
Knights of Ren are necessarily.
I don't even care who Poe really is.
I want to know how the hell she got that lightsaber.
Because the Democrats are out of the office, so we know that this
Stop it.
episode 8 is going to change
Stop it.
dramatically.
You son of a bitch.
So what I'm saying is, Poe is probably just one of the persons that's like, here, or the old man's like, here, get this out of here. They can't find it. But he has got the map. Someone gave him the map.
Luke himself, I assume.
But then he has to be a major asset to Luke then. If Luke can trust him with where he's at.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let me ask you guys this.
And why is it that R2-D2 came alive after Rey walked by him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why the hell has he got a red arm?
I didn't recognize him because he had the red arm.
Unrecognizable.
I didn't recognize him.
I'm like, that droid looks just like C-3PO.
That guy looks like somebody I know, but no, he's got a red arm and a silver leg. That is not.
All right, so
who I
let
think
me
it
ask.
is.
He does not have a silver leg, motherfucker. Not in my universe he doesn't. I don't know what universe you're living in.
I think that
And we will address that someday on this podcast. I
That
promise
old
you.
man-
I promise.
that old man cannot. Could he be Boba Fett? Could he be Boba Fett?
He's not Boba Fett.
No, he's not.
Boba Fett would not go out like a punk bitch like that.
He's not. But I had that theory in the beginning. I thought, maybe he's Boba Fett.
Maybe he's something with the Clone Wars, and they're going to explain. it
Well,
more.
one of the names I get was Lor San Tekka.
Yes.
That's his name, Lor San Tekka. That's his name.
That's why I can never think of that damn name. Lore.
Because
It was part of the Church of the Force. Not much known about him, but it's been speculated that he knew Luke and was in some way part of Luke's Jedi Academy, which explains why he and Kylo Ren seem to know each other already.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
They
pretty
do
much
know
the
each other.
best.
Because he goes, this is not who you are.
Say his name again. Lor
San Tekka.
San Tekka.
Yeah, Lorsan
Okay.
Tekka, Tekka.
Lor San Tekka. San, like San Diego or San? I don't know.
San, San.
Okay.
But obviously this guy had nothing to do with the original 4.
The Church of
Or
the
the
Force
original
stuff.
3.
I wonder, that made me instantly think of the, forgive me, I'm not trying to be racist, the Asian dude in Rogue One that is not a Jedi.
You're thinking maybe of the same thing? The same church?
The Church of the Force. Wouldn't that be fucking huge Easter egg if he starts talking about the Church of the Force? And maybe he even names out. Maybe
I just think the Chinese
maybe
dude is just there just to fucking for backup. I honestly
But if he's not a Jedi and he's big into the Force, okay, so this other guy, Lord San Tekka,
yeah, but
he's not a Jedi, but he's big into the Force.
According to fucking episode 1, anybody could have the Force because it's the Metachlorians that's all around you.
Right, but we know the Asian guy doesn't have the Force. It's been...
Well, yeah, you can't be Asian.
Yeah, he's... I would consider him Force sensitive, but he doesn't.
You can't be Asian and be blind. That just don't make sense.
So let me ask you guys this, and then we'll try to move back to the list. But I'm curious because I heard this thrown around, and I know none of us are avid Rebels watchers, but I do try to keep up on the the main points of each episode. And right now in Rebels, Ezra is like going down the path of the dark side.
Yeah.
So there's a chick in Rebels.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember her name, but he's had a crush on her since like day one.
Uh-oh.
And so what if they... Oh, her name is...
Doesn't it start with a T?
No, her name has Ren in it. Something Ren. Her name has Ren in it. So what if Rey's parents are Ezra and this chick?
Well,
possibility?
Why would he go... Where would Kylo Ren come on? Like, why would all of a sudden he pick Kylo Ren?
Well, we all know that...
Unless he went to Darkseid and that was his original master.
Yeah, we all know maybe this Kylo Ren is somebody from a different age. I mean, for lack of a better word, the Church of Ren or something.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know.
That one chick that you were talking about, right?
You know, you're saying it has Ren in it, and then you're saying...
why would they... Okay, if the name of Ren... Why would he... Maybe it's a... Maybe they...
Yeah, because we know Kylo Ren is really Ben Solo. That his Ben Solo is his real name.
What? Are you serious?
All right, listen. Hang on to your thought for a second. Okay, so what if Ezra becomes dark, right? He goes to the dark side, which he is doing that.
And he becomes Kylo Ren's master.
And I can't think of her name. It's like Sabine Wren. Her name is Sabine Wren. Okay. So what if, I don't know if it's spelled the same. I should look it up. Look at someone get on that. So what if again, we go back to Star Wars likes to recite themes. Mm-hmm. So what if he's in love with this woman, she becomes his wife, they have a kid together, and she gets killed. Okay. And so that's why, and this guy Ezra starts...
He starts the Knights of Ren.
He names it the Knights of Ren in her honor.
Wow. And then that's... how Kylo Ren gets...
And Ezra eventually will be shown in the movies. Mm-hmm. He's still alive. Because he was the one that turned Kylo against Luke.
I don't know, man.
I'm curious.
That's deep.
Is it REN or is it WREN?
Well, if it doesn't matter, if it's still Ren.
True.
I mean,
Okay, Sabine Wren, WREN.
It is with a W.
Yeah.
maybe he changed it.
Don't you think that's a really weird coincidence?
That is a weird coincidence. That's like being called Skywalker with SKI.
Right.
I mean, that's...
I heard them talking on a different podcast, one that you shouldn't watch or listen to.
Why?
No, I'm talking to them out there.
Oh, okay.
Nerd
Eye Council.
Nerd Eye Council, baby. I heard the name and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because I've never actually, I think I've watched like one or two at Rebels, the whole episode, and she wasn't on it.
So maybe the Knights of Ren is really spelt the way the WR whatever.
Could be.
And Kylo Ren shortened it up to make it REN.
I don't know.
For his own personal...
The Knights of Ren will get a better understanding of just exactly what the Knights of Ren are in Episode 8.
Mm-hmm. Why are they dark side users?
Why are they
dark side users with no lightsaber?
Why did Ben Solo change his name to Kylo Ren? Why is he? Because isn't he said that he's the leader of the Knights of Ren? Why is he the leader of the Knights of Ren?
Well, why Kylo? Where's Kylo?
Because he's the only one with a lightsaber. He's like, bitch, by the power of my lightsaber, I'm the leader.
Or the power of Briscoe!
Well, why Kylo though?
I heard something about this.
Why
Kylo?
Kylo?
His name?
Ren. I can understand Ren with what you guys just said with the chick dying.
Listen to this. This is going to blow your mind. I'm not sure if it's actually a factor in the trilogy at all, but I heard this somewhere. He's a Skywalker, and he's a Solo. Kylo. You remove. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
That's kind of genius.
That could be cool.
Not mine. I heard that somewhere.
That is
That could be it.
That is kind of a unique take on it.
Because that could be it.
Yeah, when I heard that too, I said, mind blown.
That's
it. Wow.
That's it. That's got to be it. He kept the Skywalker name because of his grandfather, and he kept Solo because of his dad, and the Ren he changed up because he wanted his own thing.
So we do know Leia is his mother for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mother. Yeah, those two are horrible parents.
Obviously. But what if they how do you guys feel about that? If they brought a character from the anime,
they're going to have to. That's what they're doing.
But then they're going to have to explain. Why haven't we fucking seen this person from that point all through the original trilogy?
Why is Ezra been missing?
And not even episode 7.
Yeah.
So we're going to say he's gone from episode 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then I'm going to pop up right now in episode 8.
Okay, so he's like the forefather of the Knights of Ren. Kylo Ren is the leader now, but let's say Ezra created the Knights of Ren.
Ends up creating the Knights of Ren.
Right. So we don't see
with Maul.
I believe me, I've had that because I heard people talking about, well, they have to kill Maul off, right, before the trilogy moves forward. No, they don't have to. But that means they got to bring him back into the movies. If you don't kill him, he's got to pop up somewhere.
Unless they make Kylo Ren kill Darth Maul.
Unless the theory that I came up with is that Maul shows up at the funeral.
That would be badass.
Why would Maul show up at Han Solo's funeral?
Probably to go after Leia. Maybe he's the assassin. Maybe Snoke reaches out through the Force, finds Maul, and says, "I want you to do this."
Wouldn't that be kind of obvious though? You got like a fucking amputee fucking robot walking up and just like, "Jeet."
I don't think he makes noise when he walks.
I think
he's not RoboCop. He's not RoboCop. Stop.
I'm sorry. I'm stuck at the TV.
No, but
what if Darth Maul is the assassin?
All right, so who he is in Rebels right now is he's this like almost like a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Because he's not really, he hates the Sith for what they did to him, but he really hates the Jedi because Obi-Wan.
So maybe he's contacted by Snoke for a bounty. I'm going to put bounty on Leia. You take Leia
or Luke. He tries to take out Leia. He tries to...
Because you figure, It's also I have to bring Luke there.
Yeah,
But Luke's still on the planet, though.
So maybe Luke never shows up. Maybe Luke shows up and takes out Maul.
Or what if he tries to take
That would be badass.
What if he tries to take out Princess Leia and Lando takes and dives in there and takes a bullet or takes whatever?
We just threw Maul into the whole funeral scene. I don't care about Lando anymore.
Fuck Lando.
Okay, but how old would Darth Maul really be?
But we don't know how his species...
We don't know much about his species.
Yeah, his species could live to be like Yoda, like 500 years old or something. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
And with the robotics...
You wouldn't love to see Darth Maul reappear.
Oh, that would be the best.
And now he's like half android.
Not only, but I'm picturing this right now. I'm setting the scene. The camera will be right behind this cloaked figure, and in the distance you'll hear the eulogy being spoken either by Lando or Leia or whatever. Maybe Chewie's going, nobody knows what the hell he's talking about.
Rey does. Rey can she understands.
So the camera will be behind this cloaked figure, and the cloaked figure will walk ahead a little bit so the camera kind of stays back so you can kind of see the whole figure. And then all of a sudden, boom!
Both blades
come out.
I want to see it! I want to see it!
And then you just see Maul just charge forward and completely catching everybody off guard. Except for
Rey kills him. Ooh! Rey kills him. Rey pulls out the light.
It'll come out to be like a triple threat again. I think it'll be...
Luke didn't go to the funeral.
Yeah, let's say
because he felt partly responsible. Hang on, he felt partly responsible, and B, he knows he's too important. He can't show up in such a public scene like that.
But if this is taking place at the beginning of the movie, then Rey and Luke are on the planet, so they wouldn't be at the funeral.
And that's when Rey shows her double lightsaber staff.
So who stops Maul then?
So who the fuck would stop Maul?
Rey would. Because she's giving the lightsaber back to Luke. Luke takes it.
There would be no.
Who is to say that staff that she has is a green double lightsaber?
I've heard that theory before.
Because if you look at the
a staff saber.
Or a staff saber.
Yeah.
And nobody knows it until she hits that button and just...
Dude, I'm telling you, that would be badass to see his double-bladed lightsaber and her with the staff saber just... And
it wouldn't even have to be a saber, because one of the movies I saw, they said before lightsabers, Force users would put the Force into a weapon of their choice and make it stronger.
Yeah, I saw the same video.
You know, yeah. So it would make it stronger. So it wouldn't be too far out of the realm of possibility.
So what we're saying is Darth Maul comes up, kills Finn.
No, Finn's...
He's going to die.
I'm sorry.
He's going to kill Finn. Rey's going to freak out.
So maybe Finn saves the day.
Maybe... No, but see, Finn is in a coma. Or he was hurt at the end of the last one.
That's if they start the movie directly where it left off. And
which is they are.
If that's the case, then Rey wouldn't be at the funeral.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So who would save her?
Yeah, who would? Who? It wouldn't be Leia, because Leia does not have any combat experience. Chewie, I don't even think a blaster, a caster bolt is not going to do anything against Maul.
Poe?
Ezra.
You think Poe would pull out?
Ezra saves her because
another cloaked figure shows up, stops Maul. You don't know who it is.
And it's that one fucking Dark Star, Death Star, or
Star Killer.
Star Killer.
I don't want to see Star Killer.
I don't want to see that.
It's Star Killer.
I don't think about that, but I mean.
Well, think about this connection. So in Rebels right now, Maul is trying to become Ezra's master and show him the dark side, which he I think will, and I think eventually Ezra will reject him, and now whether he kills him or he just says, I don't want you to be. So the idea that years later, Ezra shows up and stops the assassination attempt, and he and his old master duel it out. That would be really interesting, I think.
Or Qui-Gon, in death, learned the ways of and Qui-Gon and Darth Maul finish it off.
Bitch, I love Qui-Gon, but I don't want to see that happen either.
That would be awesome. And Qui-Gon gets redemption for killing Darth Maul. Liam Neeson comes in.
Interesting, but a stretch.
And he goes, I have a question for you.
Although I will say this, they better show Qui-Gon's Force Ghost. At least by episode 9, I want to see Qui-Gon as a Force Ghost. If everybody else got to be one, how come Qui-Gon doesn't get to be a Force Ghost?
I think it'd be Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm sorry, I know it sounds stupid, but I think Qui-Gon Jinn would be the one that would have to stop Darth Maul.
I rule nothing out right now. I really don't.
Who's to say that? Because who was it? Yoda told Obi-Wan that, you still have training from your old master and there's shit like that. And who's to say Qui-Gon didn't tamper with the dark side?
I think they're saving Qui-Gon for the Obi-Wan movie.
The Obi-Wan movie.
No, it needs to happen.
No, it doesn't. We know what happened.
No, it needs to happen.
He probably was an orphan, just like Peter Pan was. Didn't want to grow up. Qui-Gon said, get your balls together. You're going to come with me.
Obi-Wan has earned his own movie.
Yes. Obi-Wan has not earned his own movie because he would not have stuck his lightsaber up in the air for Darth Vader to kill him.
All right, guys. So we're at the point where we should probably finish these lists, and we can come back to this subject.
Yeah, we'll come back to this subject.
Let us know.
Next week.
Right. Let us know out there if we have rambled on too long about episode 8, or if you want to hear more. Because right now we're tentatively planning on. We'll do some more what if talk.
Yeah, fuck Finn. All right, where's your?
I second that. I was on number
7. You said Sinestro was your 8.
Sinestro was number 8.
Sinestro was your 8.
All right. So bringing it back to all the people that just started listening to the podcast and missed the first hour and a half.
We all have ADD.
So Jeremy's top 10 to recap. Number 10 is Loki. Number 9 is Galactus. Number 8 is Sinestro, which brings us to number 7.
Number 7. Okay, I wrote down, and I was a little bit biased about this one, although he is a badass, Dr. Doom.
That's who I was thinking of. Was
But
Dr. Doom. I couldn't figure out his name for some reason. I was painting all day, and I inhaled too much paint. I could not figure out his name.
But as much as I love Dr. Doom, because I grew up reading a lot of Fantastic Four,
Right.
I'm going to remove him from the list because Thanos belongs on my list.
So you're not doing Doom?
Number 7 is Thanos. Although Doom is a damn good villain. He really is. I used to love his look. The Sith look with the metal face. He had a little bit of Seth.
Seth
He had a little bit of Sith with mixed in with Destro. What's the dude from G.I. Joe with the metal head?
Destro.
Destro, I thought so. Yeah, he was like Destro in a Sith robe.
Interesting.
Number 6, I have Dark Phoenix. And I really probably could have moved her up higher on my list, but the next 5 needed to be, I think, where they're at.
Right.
Number 5, Joker.
Ooh.
And he's definitely top 5, like Nate was saying earlier.
What did I have for Joker?
You had 1, 2, didn't you? Number 2?
Yeah, because I had Doomsday at 2, but then Joker took his spot.
And I think as far as cultural impact, huge.
Yeah.
Appearance, I love the Joker's appearance. Nemesis, huge. But powers...
Powers, none.
Yeah, he lacks powers. So that's why he's number 5 on my list.
I got that.
Number 4, and I was a little surprised I didn't hear this on Ralph's list, Magneto.
I said Magneto for favorite superheroes last
You did, that's right. You didn't want to use him.
I didn't want to use him.
But he's one character you could have used, I think.
I could have, but I like Magneto, and I don't see him as a villain.
So, I mean, you could really use him on both.
And when I was thinking about it, like, I can use Magneto, I cannot. I used him last week for my favorite superhero.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see your point now.
So, but...
moving along, number 3, Darkseid.
Darkseid.
And I almost made him higher up, almost 2 or 1.
Dude,
because, think about this, Darkseid took out Superman.
Yep.
And...
I had Darkseid on my list, too.
But was beaten by Batman.
But he also,
was.
But he also took Batman out almost. Almost.
I had Darkseid on my list, and I took him off for Zool.
dark side.
You guys have got to give me more time.
You fucking Ghostbusters
I gotta
geek,
start working on
You're
Friday.
fucking Ghostbusters geek. No, Nate and I were talking about Zool. We were talking about Zool today, and I'm like, you know where Zool really went wrong? Because she had the potential to be like a badass villain in the history of villains.
She gave them.
She gave Ray the ability to make them. Yeah.
Choose your challenger. Motherfucker chooses a Martian life. That's a lifetime.
But we were
supply of
both laughing
s'mores.
about it, like quoting the movie. Like that's one of the best scenes of the movie.
Yeah, she could
What
have
did
been
you?
like,
What did you do,
What
Ray?
did you do, Ray?
I
Popped in there.
It just popped in.
What, Ray? What just popped in there?
It's such a shame that they fucked that franchise over because the first one was a great
First
movie.
one-
We're gonna call it now. They should reboot
Reboot
again.
it.
Reboot it again.
I would go look. Make the children of the original 4.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Reboot that son of a bitch.
Reanimate.
I know the election fucked a lot of shit up, but reboot it. Okay, Jeremy. Number 2.
Number 2.
No more election talk. I'm sorry.
He's not really sorry.
Nate is my ride home, so.
Number 2, the Emperor Palpatine.
Ooh.
Oh, well, I already know what your number one.
And yeah, that makes number 1 pretty obvious. If you didn't figure it out by now, number 1 is the Man in Black, Darth Vader. Why is Emperor Palpatine not number 1? Because Vader picked his ass up and threw him down a
I'm
hole.
not questioning why he's not number 1. I agree. He doesn't deserve to be number 1. He's too much of a fucking puss.
I can't believe you didn't think of Palpatine,
Wow. Me?
though. Yeah.
I had him on my list.
You had Palpatine on your list, did you?
Wow, I got a few that
I know, we could have done 25.
I know I
No.
would easy.
Yeah,
I think
I
we
could-
would have had a better.
I like the villains. I root for the villains in the movies, so it was
We
hard.
could have easily done 25 because
Yeah.
there's a lot of good villains.
Another thing that we can do, whatever we decide next week too, for our next episode, is that we could create. I know we're making a list, all this stuff, but we could create our own villain team, so you can pick whoever you want.
See, that would be easier for me.
That's
So
pretty cool. That's
whoever
pretty cool.
you want to be on your all villain team,
We might have to do that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
we can even do 2 lists too. We can do our all hero team and all villain team.
Darth Vader
You
and
know.
Thanos on the same team. I'm done.
Yeah.
Take my soul.
take it off.
Take it all.
And we promise not to just become a podcast of lists, but we're on a roll and we found some good talking points. I think that's a good one, Nate.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, my man.
All right. A couple on here that obviously haven't been brought up. I have at number 10, Mystique.
I thought about it.
See, I was thinking about her.
Because who could be more dangerous than somebody who could morph into anybody on the planet?
But is she classified as a villain?
Yeah, she's a villain.
Yeah.
But in the earlier movies, she was, right?
Well, I mean, she was pretty much swayed over to the quote-unquote dark side by
good
Magneto.
Point. Good point.
Right.
Good point.
She was brought over to his way of thinking.
Yeah.
So she...
Jessica remains Stamos will always be.
Rebecca Romaine.
Rebecca remains Stamos.
Yeah, I mean, she could shapeshift into Donald Trump and launch a bunch of fucking nukes all over the place. Or it's all this stuff. Number 9, Ultron.
Oh my
Ultron.
God! Everybody listen to this
Ultron.
podcast is like, "Where's Ultron, motherfuckers?" Obviously, we hate Spider-Man.
What would
I'm
be...
not going that far, but Spider-Man's a bitch.
what would be scarier than an evil
Ultron is-
AI who could take over any electronic device?
Yeah, Ultron is actually one of my favorite villains from that universe, but I really think they totally blew it on the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so much potential to make him really interesting. I wouldn't say totally blew it, but it wasn't what I had hoped him to be.
I think Ultron will be back.
You think so?
I think so. Because I think he's one of those characters. I mean, even in the cartoon or the comics, Ultron always comes back in another form, in another body.
How did they get rid of him? I don't remember.
It was wasn't it Scarlet Witch kind of ripped his quote unquote heart out. It's here, and she kind of like showed it to him or something.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, it was her. I don't quite remember how, but she.
I think that's how it was. And then he got.
That's just typical. A woman ripping fucking heart out. I'm sorry. For the next couple weeks.
She ripped his dick off and fed it to him.
For the last couple weeks, I've had
here,
really
eat this.
Women issues. It's cool though. Everything's fine.
But I think he.
I love you, ladies. You know that.
I think he was left on Sokovia, and Sokovia ended up crashing, obviously, into back to Earth. But his body was made out of vibranium, so he survived that. So. Number 8, Sinestro.
Right on. I had him at number 8 too.
It's again, somebody who utilizes fear.
Your guys' list looks like Christmas, when mine looks like fucking Easter. You get all the good gifts on Christmas and Easter. You might get like $5 in the mail.
No, your list was good, man.
I had Zool and Shredder. Fuckers.
Number 7, the Dark Phoenix.
Right on.
Yes.
Did I have her at 7 too?
You had
her at
6.
You had her at 6. Yes.
Very
so
close.
pretty close. Yes. For obvious reasons.
Right.
Yeah, well,
she's hot as hell.
Well, yeah, that helps.
She is hot. And
she is fucking hot.
No, she had badass powers.
But you combine one of the powerful telepaths on the planet with a powerful cosmic being. Of course, you're gonna get some negative results.
I read somewhere that she wiped out billions.
And it's a cosmic being, not a split personality.
Still haven't seen
Fox.
Still haven't seen Apocalypse.
Number 6, and I'm surprised that either of you don't know about this.
Red Hulk?
No.
I thought about Red Hulk.
I was
go ahead.
Ethan goes, Red Hulk, Dad. I'm like, no, Zool.
No, Zool.
He's like, you stupid dad.
like, Dad, this is why you're gay.
Number 6, Onslaught.
I don't know
Onslaught.
Onslaught, for my colleagues here and for everybody else there who does not know, Onslaught was basically an evil energy that took form based on the subconsciouses of Professor X and Magneto.
Qui-Gon just walked into the room. Have a seat, Qui-Gon. We're wrapping this up.
So from basically you take Professor X and you take Magneto and you throw all their evil tendencies together, you get Onslaught.
So Onslaught was part of the X-Men universe?
Yes.
Okay.
And Onslaught has the powers of both Professor X and Magneto.
Wow.
In one being.
I didn't know anything about Onslaught.
Yeah, Onslaught is a pretty badass character. Number 5, Doomsday.
Doomsday. I thought about Doomsday.
But like I said, was he made from Lex Luthor?
No.
Or did the movie just fuck it up?
No, the movie fucked it up.
Okay.
What's his actual origin? I don't know his origin.
His actual origin was he was created from some race of beings. He was basically a science experiment for everlasting life, for immortality. So he took this alien baby and killed it, threw it into the woods.
That's what I do.
Got the DNA from it, took it back to the lab, made another one, threw it into the woods, got killed, and he just did this for like 100 years until the baby who actually would grow up to become Doomsday would survive. But because of all this constant death and torture, he came to hate all living things. He ends up killing basically his creator because of all the torture. Even though he was a baby when he kept being shot out of a cannon, basically, he remembered everything that was done to him.
That's where my life is going right now. I'm starting to hate everybody.
I'm starting to hate it.
I'm just playing.
But yeah, that's how Doomsday. That's how he his unique ability to basically become immortal. He adapts to any form. Anytime he dies, he adapts to that, so he can never be killed by that again.
Seriously, screw the movies for fucking up all the origins.
I gotta go back and read the comics.
I just don't. I hate how they do that. Well, that's not gonna work on screen. Why don't we just make it? Lex created him. I hate that.
Yeah, the guy who made Facebook made Doomsday too. Fuck you, Hollywood.
Right, Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah, fuck
you, fucking skinny bastard. Yeah, sue me.
Awful
I'm sure
choice as Lex Luthor. Truly.
Number 4, Darkseid.
Right on. I had him at 3.
I think number 3.
I
Yeah,
had him at 3.
Yeah, 3.
I had Darkseid. I swear to God, I had Darkseid, and Darkseid was crossed off for Galactus. Galactus, yeah.
Number 3, Thanos.
There you go.
Yeah,
I put Thanos above Darkseid because of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
You know, if Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Pussy stone.
I was gonna say
That pussy stone, man. I'm telling you.
that pussy stone rules the universe.
6 times in 7 days.
Oh my
Thanos
God.
was in Thanos was in Doctor Strange, and he reached out and touched Ralph with the pussy stone.
Thank you, Doctor Strange.
And Ralph has been altered ever since.
I've been altered.
I've been healed.
I've been healed. I've touched the TV.
It's like Loki with his staff when
He's just like,
Thanos just reached out, hit him with the pussy stone.
Like, whoa! Hey,
He just reached out and touched his dick. Boom.
I gotta go home now, guys.
Number 2, the Joker.
Right on.
Now the reason why Joker is number 2 is, yeah, he doesn't have the powers, but he is a master manipulator.
Absolutely.
So you could see, I could see Joker manipulate
I
Darkseid
had Joker at 2.
to do something, manipulate Thanos to do something. Probably he could fucking do it to Doomsday and everybody else on this list.
He's
You know,
an agent of
he can
chaos.
just manipulate him to do
Can you
whatever he
imagine
wants.
Joker and Vader on the same team?
You can imagine Joker goes well with a lot of different villains.
Yeah, he does.
Because of his manipulation powers.
Yeah. I mean, if he can manipulate his own psychiatrist...
If he can manipulate Lex Luthor,
Yeah.
He got Batman to kill him, and that's what he wanted. And who can manipulate Batman? Only the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
yes, exactly.
So, good.
Yeah, I love the Joker character. And he probably should have been higher on my list, too, but... Number 1.
Like we said, this list was kind of hard to try to narrow.
Very
it down.
difficult.
We're not talking Suicide Squad Joker either, that piece of shit.
You
No.
mean Jared Leto. He's not Joker.
Jared
in
Leto.
my book, he's
Jared
not.
Leto, if you're listening, you're a fucking horrible Joker.
That would be actually kind of awesome if Jared Leto stumbled upon this podcast.
I don't give a shit. You're a horrible Joker. Your tattoos suck.
He's
anyways.
looking at this thing. Oh, what is this Nerd Eye Council thing? I'll just listen to this one.
And then he wrote a metal song about how much we suck.
Nerd Eye Council fucking suck.
Number 1, Amazo.
What?
Amazo.
I am amazed. Oh, don't know who the fuck that is.
Amazo is an android created by Dr. Ivan Ivo to basically be an asset to humanity, who ends up getting manipulated by Lex Luthor
So amazing.
to attack the Justice League. Now, why Amazo is number 1 is that he can, quote unquote, absorb, not actually absorb, but he can copy any superpower being he's around, and it adds it to himself. So he's fighting the Justice League. He copies every single power, weapon, tactic that the Justice League throws at him. And he can throw it at multiple times at once. So, in one episode I saw, he was fighting all the Justice League. He would grow Hawkman wings, fly up into the air, materialize a Green Lantern ring, fire Green Lantern energy at them, and then he would conjure up a mace and hit people with it. He can materialize Wonder Woman's lasso. Use it against him.
I would love to use
Anything.
Wonder Woman's asshole against him.
Is that what you heard, Rob?
Is that what you said? Oh, lasso. I'm sorry. I thought you said something else. I'm sorry.
But Amazo became so powerful that he's like, there's nobody that can challenge me on Earth. I got to go into space.
And the only way he was taken out, he killed himself over his horrible name.
Here's a question,
I'm
though.
so powerful, but they named me something so horrible.
Back to the Wonder Woman theory about the invisible jet.
Oh, God.
She's flying the invisible jet, right? She's just chilling, riding above New York. Now, is she invisible too? Or do they just see like some crazy bitch sitting down, floating in midair?
According to the Super Friends,
Yes, I was going to say the cartoon I used to watch.
You see the outline of the invisible jet,
jet
but you
is
see her
invisible.
sitting down and flying.
So why would that just don't make sense? It's just like,
And it doesn't make sense because she can fly herself. So I mean,
Yeah.
why the fuck are you?
I guarantee they are going to remove the invisible jet from Wonder
well, let's
Woman.
give Batman or Superman a jet.
Or maybe Batman will make an invisible jet for her.
Yeah.
I know you can fly, but look how cool it is.
Cooler.
As a way to get into her pants.
Here's a helicopter.
Look at that guy for you.
What the fuck do I need a helicopter?
I made this for you. And she's like, I can fly, asshole.
Can I check this yet? No, but I helped you. Something else.
I helped you.
Where's the detonator?
It was either this or a diamond ring. I thought you'd love it. Bitch. Why don't you go suck Superman's dick again?
Oh, shit.
And on that note, on that woman-loving note, that's the podcast this week, kids. Come back next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep. You see a Marshmallow Man, we see a lifetime supply of s'mores.
Peace out.
Go Trump.